Okay, hey everybody, this is Brian Williams.
And the Kindle Queen, CJ Matthews.
And it's really cool because the Kindle Queen, CJ, is actually staying at our home for a little while she's traveling around the globe. And so I had this crazy idea that let's create a product together while she's here. So we're literally going to show you the process of creating a product, publishing my very first Kindle book, and ranking it on page 1 of Google before we've even done this yet. And so what you're looking at right now is the outline, which we're going to basically build out during the course of this product that you now own, and you're going to learn how to do all this stuff, and you're going to watch us do it firsthand.
Live, uncut.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just going to do it straight, just as if you were here sitting with us in the same room.
Exactly. So we thought this would be fun and a great learning experience for everybody. So let's just dive right into it.
Okay.
All right. So let's start by setting up our Kindle account because I don't have one yet.
Well, and that is important, right? So you got to have a place to put the book.
I would think so.
So the things that you want to make sure that you have before you go in there is you definitely want to make sure that you have the bank that you want your money to go to. So you need that bank account information. And then the next thing is you want to make sure that if you're using a business address or a business EIN number, that you have that available to you. Otherwise, you'll just use your social security number.
All right, I'm just typing this in as we go. So basically, this is what we're getting ready here.
So that's usually about what you need.
Okay.
You may need a third one, but let's go over to Google.
Is there a website we need to go to set this up?
Yeah, so you would go, now I'm trying to remember, kdpselect.com. I think is what it is, or it may be kdpamazon.com.
I think it's KD. I thought I heard this before.
Amazon.com,
like
yeah.
Well, we're going to try it out. So
it's so funny because I go straight to it, and I don't have to think too hard about it.
All right, so here we're on Google. And let's just see if KDP Amazon works. Look at this.
Yeah, look at that.
Woo-hoo!
See, that's it. So
right.
It's going to give you two choices. This is something that you can, or this may or may not be something you want to do. So let's talk about this. The big thing is you'll notice that there's a sign in, and if you don't have an Amazon account, you have the choice to make a new one. Here's what I have found. Many people want to create a brand new Amazon account just for their KDP Select.
Why do they do that?
The reason why, I was going to tell you.
All right.
Not I was going to keep it secret or anything. The reason why is because many times you don't want the books that you're buying mixed up with the books that you're selling. They want that completely separate. The other reason why is because if you're a big internet marketer, sometimes you want to use a pseudonym, a pen name, so people don't know what you're testing and checking out. So I just want you all to be aware of the two different choices that you have.
Okay.
And understand that just because you signed up with one doesn't mean you can't have another one a little later on.
So if for this project that I'm doing, I would just assume people know that it's me. So I could just sign in with my regular Amazon account and get going. I don't care if people know that it's me.
Right, and they'll still have you kind of make your own self-publishing account, but there are some advantages to using a different email address than what you would use with your regular Amazon account. I just want people to be aware of that.
Okay.
Because
so if you're going to publish something in a category that you don't want your kids to know about or something like that, then you would sign on with a different one.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I do have clients that
fair enough.
Yeah, that we
I
would
get
do
it.
that.
I get
so
it.
let's sign in.
I'm just going to sign in then with my existing account.
Yep.
All right. So let's just do that. And my email address. Okay, so I'm going to actually type this in, but I'm going to pause the recording because I'd rather this not go out to everyone that's listening. So.
Well, yeah, there's a safety. Whenever you're doing these kind of products, there is a safety or
So I'm going to pause, and then I'm going to hit this little sign-in button, and you'll see us on the other side. So I signed in with my account, which is a good thing I actually paused it because I had to type my password in 4 times because I forgot what it was, and that would have been weird to see on video. So, so here's the screen that comes to after you sign in.
Yeah, so we told you about it instead, right?
Right, there you go.
So here we always tell you to read these, although we're just going to click agree.
Okay. So when you really are doing this yourself, read this. We didn't, but whatever. Okay, now I gotta do it again.
It twice. Now understand, now if you notice at the top, you did it for the American website. Now you're doing it for the EU websites. So one of the things that people don't realize is that when you're doing this, you're getting paid from all over the world.
Awesome.
So imagine anybody who has a smartphone, anybody who has a cell phone of any kind, or a smartphone of any kind, but a tablet of any kind, a tablet of any kind, a computer of any kind, they all have the Kindle app. You do not need the device. So you can imagine how big of a market this is.
All right. So I have to hit agree twice. So
yep.
Here we go. That's the second time. Here we are.
Right. So your bookshelf is empty, right? Now, here's a mistake that
what does a bookshelf mean? Is that are these books that I have published?
Those are books that you will have published, yeah. Mm-hmm. And the more the better. But they must be quality. It used to be quantity because Amazon was looking for content.
Does Amazon reject books?
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely,
really?
Absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm. It started about 6-7 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So, just to let you know, if you notice in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see your account information is incomplete. To publish a book, you'll need to complete this. Update now. That you must do first for you to be able to publish a book. You can go through the process of publishing a book, but it'll tell you you're making a mistake, and it's in
so we
in
should
your
do
process.
this now.
So you do it first,
All right,
yeah.
let's do this
Otherwise, for new people, you're like, why isn't it working?
All right, so I'm clicking update now. And
so
here we go. Okay.
This is where it requests that information that I was telling you about before.
Got it,
business address, tax information. You'll notice that it asks you to pick a business type. Would you click on that?
I will.
And see, it says individual partnership corporation.
So this is, if I want to do it under my corporation, I would do it here.
Yep.
Or if I don't want to do it as under my own social security number, I'd just stay individual.
That's correct,
okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to go fill this out. Again, I'm going to pause the video because is there anything else here that...
Yeah, one of the things that you'll want to pay attention to is your royalty payments, all right? And if you notice, if you'll click on the plus sign next to that.
Okay, I'm doing it now.
You'll see that it says pay my royalties via check. You really want to click on that and choose EFT.
Okay, and that means?
That means electronic funds transfer.
Okay.
What we're finding within the Kindle community is that if you are doing Kindle, that if you do it by check, that sometimes your checks aren't showing up. Whereas with EFT, it gets delivered no problem every time. So there's just more room for error with a check, and
this is why you have to have your bank account information.
Exactly. And then you'll see that it says in what currency. So click on that. Of course, it's USD. Click on add a bank account so that we can go through that. And you'll see it requests the bank name, the account number, and the routing number. Now, here's the thing.
Well, maybe I'll show this information because if people that are listening want to deposit money into my account, that'll be just fine with me.
The routing number is it sometimes can be tricky. So one of the things is if you have problems with this and you've used your routing number from your checkbook or your checking, at the bottom of your checking account, many banks now, when you're doing a fund transfer in, use a different routing number. The best
thing is to call your bank.
Yeah, call your bank to be sure, okay? And that way it'll be really easy. It's just something I want to make a little easier for you so you don't spend hours trying to figure out why it's not working.
I do know that routing numbers are, I think, always 9 digits, at least in the U.S.
Good to know.
I'm pretty sure it's always 9, but you are right, because I've had wire transfers in and out that require different types of numbers depending on what it is.
Right.
So definitely just call your bank. It's the easiest way.
Yeah, and there's state differences. There's a lot of different things. But if you call your bank, they'll tell you.
So do I need to fill this out for all of these states, countries?
But once you've done it with add a bank account, it will ask you if you want to use the same bank account.
Okay, so I can use the same bank account to get money from the UK, from Denmark, from France,
España, and
Italy. Awesome.
Yes.
All right, so let's go fill this out, and then I'm going to pause the video while I do, just so I don't get any unexpected visitors to my address, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we filled out all of my very personal banking information. One thing I noticed that was important is you literally have to click the plus signs on every single different EU country and select EFT, and in our case,
USD.
Get paid USD, and that keeps pulling in your same banking information that you put on the one for the US. So make sure you do that. And then when you're done, you hit save, and then if you click the bookshelf link here at the top, you're at this screen here.
And when it saves, just something to note, when it saves, it does take a little bit of time. It's not like instantaneous. It's not super long either, but it's definitely having its cup of coffee while it's taking your information.
Yeah, it took a couple minutes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to end this video, and then we're going to go into doing some keyword research so that you can choose a keyword that you're going to want your book to show up on literally google.com, because part of what we're going to show in this course, hopefully, is that we get our book on the front page of Google, which is really our primary objective. And for in this particular course, now your objective might be to sell a whole bunch of books. Our objective in this course is to get it on the front page of Google. So let's cut this now. We'll see you in the next video.
All right.